Hello, and welcome to my channel. Today, I'm going to read Wilderlore, the Accidental Apprentice. This comes out March 30th, 2021, so next month. So, yeah. Barclay Thorne knew almost all there was to know about mushrooms, and there was a lot to know. He knew the poisonous ones never grew on trees. He knew the red ones with the white spots made white bubbles up between toes, but the white one with the red spots cured warts, welts, and prostitutes of all kinds. He knew which ones made you drowsy or loopy, or could even knock you right dead if you weren't careful. You're supposed to be taking note, Barclay hissed at first. Selby. Both boys were apprentices to the town's highly esteemed mushroom farmer, but because Barclay was older and smarter, he was the one in charge. And he took his position very seriously. I can't write and walk at the same time, Shelby blubbered, clenching his quill with his whole fist. Selby was a very pink boy. He had a pink nose and pink cheeks like a plump chicken. The resemblance made all the worse by his buzzed blonde hair and stocky frame. In nearly all the ways, Barclay was the opposite. Though 3 years older, he was so short and skinny that Selby would likely outgrow him before next spring. His dark eyes looked like ink smudges on his papery white skin, and his shoulder-length black hair was combed harshly to both sides, like with oil, to make it lie flat. He didn't see what was so hard about writing and walking. He doubted it was harder than reading and walking. And Barclay rarely walked anywhere without an open book in his hand. The 2 apprentices had been assigned an extremely important mission to find. Hello.
I'm getting up.
Okay, find a rare mushroom called the morning-tide morel. And for this, they had ventured to the edge of the woods. The woods was no average woods, right, Bobby?
Right.
It was so large that no map could fit all of it. So dangerous that no adventurer dared explore it. It loomed to the west of their town like a great shadow.
Mommy?
What?
Why are you doing it in here?
Because I don't want a lot of sound there, but that's okay. The trees along the edge were gray and spooky. Bobby, get out of the stream. The trees along the edge were gray. Bobby, please.
I'm very funny now.
Show them a toy. Get a toy and show them.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Alright. The trees along the edge were gray and spooky, their trunks twisted like they'd been wrung out, and their branches reached up like claws towards the overcast sky. It was quiet except for the rustle of decayed leaves and the snaps and the cracks of the brittle twigs beneath boots. This was the only time to find the morning-tide morel. That bleak.
I'm back.
In between part of the year, after the leaves have all fallen, but before the first snow. Seedley stumbled over a tree root and bumped into Barclay's back.
The Powerpuff Girls.
It would be easier to write and walk if you weren't always looking over your shoulder, Barclay grumbled. But we're so close. You know what, Master Flisman says about, "We haven't gone in. The town is right there." Barclay pointed behind them to Dalshire.
We'll be right back.
Their small town crouched on a knobby hill, encircled by a stone
I'll
wall
be right back.
covered in spears, like a giant thorn bush.
And comments down below in the end.
Okay. The people were about as friendly as thorn bushes as well. They didn't like laziness
And remember,
and were
in the bedroom, I would like to say comments down below.
Okay, alright. Naps were extremely forbidden. They hated visitors. Visitors could mean tax collectors, circus performers, or worse, void keepers. The only things the people of Dalshire loved were rules. But they only had one rule about the woods. Never, ever stray inside. Because the woods would trick you if you let it, leading you too deep within to find your way out.
Okay, I'm back.
The deeper in the woods, lurked the beast.
And here's
But Barclay,
and
being
the
a
best part about his
doleful apprentice,
is
would never dream of breaking
can
Dalshire's most
his head.
important rule,
Yeah,
especially because of how often
no,
he got in
he's turning
trouble
his
for
body.
accidentally breaking
that.
so many little ones. He would do exactly what he had come here to do, and that was to find the morning tide. Morale, with or without Shelby's help. Barclay didn't understand why Master Plisman had insisted Shelby come along, or why he had been taken on a second apprentice in the first place.
And the best part about
Dalshire didn't need too much employment, and when Master Plisman retired, it would be Barclay, not Shelby, who took over for him. After all, Barclay made sure he was the perfect apprentice. He took detailed notes in great and neat cursive handwriting. He
I'll be right back.
has memorized every mushroom species in the Philosophical Field Guide of Finding Fungi, volumes 1 through 9. Even Master Flisman himself claimed that Barclay was the hardest working boy Dalshire had ever seen, which was why Barclay refused to leave the mission empty-handed. He needed to prove to Master Flisman that he only needed one apprentice.
You can almost tell the beach that fan.
Yeah, I'm not leaving. Not yet, Barclay declared.
I'm back.
And he continued marching along the tree line. Shelby followed but whispered as they walked.
Because of that scene.
And as the older apprentice, it was Barclay's responsibility to comfort Shelby, not
comments down below.
just to teach him. Shelby had never been near the woods before, and even Barclay, as experienced as he was, still thought the twisted trees looked a little bit frightening. But Barclay found it very hard to be nice to Shelby.
It's not the end, but I can't put my legs up, I can't walk.
Okay, at home, Shelby found many brothers and sisters who cared about him, parents who looked after him, a room of his own. Barclay had none of those things. He had the last one, at least, until Master Flisman had let Shelby live. There was no orphanage in Dalshire. If you wanted supper and bed for the night, then you had to Bobby, please, show them your toy. Get another toy. Get another toy.
I don't think I look at it.
Huh? Don't do that. Can't edit this out. There was no orphanage in Dalshire. If you wanted supper and a bed for the night, then you had to work for it. So Barclay had grown up working many jobs. He stacked books in the library, recorded new rules for the lawmakers, and delivered more spears to the sentries. But even though Barclay had tried to be exceptional at everything, when it came time to choose his apprenticeship, no one in Dolshire had offered him a spot.
I will show them.
They were
I'm
too
gonna be
worried
right
about the futures of their own children to care about a scrappy, rule-breaking orphan too. So Barclay had knocked on old Master Flitzman's door and begged for his apprenticeship, a job no one else wanted. Master Flitzman had refused and refused and refused, but Barclay kept trying until he agreed. And it had been fine for 2 years, all until the day that Shelby showed up. He still cried and fled back home every chance he got, but Master Flitzman hadn't refused him, not once. It'll be dark soon, Shelby whined to Barclay. Not for hours, Barclay told him. It's freezing. It's winter. What do you expect? I'm hungry. Didn't you eat lunch? I fed it to Gustav. Gustav was Master Flitzman's pet pig, who sniffed out valuable truces hidden in the ground. Normally, Gustav would join the boys on quests such as these, but Gustav had mysteriously gained weight these past few months. So much weight that waddling exhausted him. He spent all day napping by the fire. You've been feeding Gustav? Barclay buried his face in his hands. The mystery of the pig fattening was solved. Once again, all of Barclay's problems proved to be Shelby's fault. I don't like mushrooms, Shelby complained. They're slimy and they taste like dirt. Barclay could hardly believe what he was hearing. Then, why are you here? He shouted. It was the very question that bothered him for months. Do you need a pee? Oh, not holding. He also felt personally offended. He liked mushrooms very much. Shelby's pink face fluttered to several shades pinker, and he burst into tears. My mom said it was a good future for me. This seemed to be a lot of pressure to put on an 8-year-old. And for a moment, Barclay didn't feel rather bad. But Barclay couldn't get distracted. If he wanted to keep his apprenticeship, he didn't have time to feel sorry for anyone but himself. This job was the only thing that ensured Barclay really fit into Dolshire, however small and royal and rule-obsessed was Barclay's home. He would never leave it. When Barclay had been very small, before his parents had died, he used to dream of an adventure. He spent hours imagining the world that existed beyond Dolshire's prickly walls, other towns and cities and kingdoms and far-flung realms beyond the beyond the woods. But his parents had loved Dolshire. They wouldn't want such a life of uncertainty and danger for their only child. And so Barclay refused to disrespect their wishes. He tried to forget about the call of adventure, concentrating instead on how to stay to belong. Barclay, focus back, focus back on the mission, and for the rest, I can't read, Bobby. I can't read. Stop doing that. And for the next several minutes, the only sound was Shelby's teeth clattering, his nose sniffling, and his stomach rumbling. As Barclay knelt to examine a promising fungus, Shelby tapped him on the shoulder. Look! Barclay swatted him away and pulled out his forager's notebook to compare the sketch to the subject before him. He found it. He needed a scarlet dome, but this one was clearly crimson. Mushrooms, the foraging was very precise.
You got me in there.
I know.
I
He dug it out anyway.
I'm shaking my butt.
I know. And Stop doing that. I've done it again. Barclay scowled at himself, inspecting the dirt underneath his fingers. Master Flitzman hated how dirty Barclay had gotten himself, and how his hair was wild only hours after coming in. Repeat after me. Master Flitzman would always say when he quoted Dalshauer's law, filth is prohibited, no dirt, no odor, no pouty mouth. Cleanliness is orderliness. Barclay! The Shelby squeaked, and Barclay finally stood up and turned around. The grass between them and Dalshauer was olive, with dozens, no hundreds of tiny, glowing white eyes peering at them in the woods. Between the woods, the piles of leaves beneath the boys' boots shuddered and shook as small figures dashed within them. Shelby hopped back and forth as though he stood barefoot, barefoot on hot coals. Barclay. Barclay, he wailed. But Barclay was frozen. Ugh. The great fix.
Square.
I don't know, okay? I don't know why you're pressing that. Don't do that.
What button does that do?
I don't know. Okay, we're recording now, so it's okay. But Barclay was frozen, his gaze fixed on a single creature, perched on a rock. It looked like a mouse, except, get back. Except without a tail.
A tail.
Except without a tail. And with 6 curved spikes protruding from his back. Barclay had seen beasts before, sometimes on breezy autumn days. Strong gusts of winds carried blowing insects. Stop! Can you stop?
But we're getting red when I say that.
What?
We're getting red when I say that.
I know.
Watch.
Yeah, that's your tongue. From the woods to his town, those stingers turned your skin swollen and green. He spotted beasts flying in beast shapes across the sky, seeking out warmer places for the winter and leaving trails of smoke behind them. Occasionally, more vicious beasts snuck out from the woods to break into chicken coops and grow hens for the nighttime feast. When Barclay was 4 years old, the legendary beast who lurked in the woods, named Gravandor, had destroyed Dalshauer on Midsummer's Day. Though Barclay had never glimpsed Gravandor's face, he remembered how the town walls had crumbled from the force of his roar. Valdor had torn roofs off home with his jaws, sinking fangs into stones as though they were butter. His magic had caused the earth to rupture, making whatever remained of their once flat town, now stand on a tilt. It was thanks to Valdor that Barclay was an orphan. Knowledge of beasts had since been forbidden in Dalshire. Travelers who spoke of them were turned away from inns in case they could be lore keepers, wrecked people who bonded with beasts and shared their magic. Children who played too close to the woods were punished. Even the beast-related books in the library were burned, making the entire subject a mystery. I thought that the beast stayed in the woods, Shelby moaned. They usually did. Barclay had foraged along the edge of the wood before ever spotting a beast. But midwinter was only a few weeks away.
Why are we editing?
And like midsummer, the holiday was known to make beasts behave strangely. Barclay took a careful step away from the mouse-like creature. He considered reaching into his pocket for the charm he kept to ward off beasts. It was already too late for that. Don't panic, he told Shelby. They're blacking our way back to town. We just think of... Except Shelby didn't listen. Dropping his notebook and quill behind him, he turned off and shot off into the woods. Oh no. The hundreds of eyes in the grass seemed to blink all at once. Barclay glanced at dull shower in the distance, his whole body trembling. Shelby was gone. Into the woods. If Barclay could get around the terrible creatures, he could alert the sentries who protected dull shower from the beasts. Shelby had parents and a family after all. The townspeople would grab their pitchforks and go after him. But before Barclay could take off, one of the mice leaped out of the leaves and landed on Barclay's boot. It squeaked. Squeak! Barclay screamed. He shook it off and sprinted after Shelby. As soon as Barclay crossed into the trees, the daylight dimmed, swallowed by the knotted branches overhead. The already cold weather went colder, a fine, icy mist prickling against his skin. Barclay was small for an 11-year-old, which made him an easy target for older kids looking for trouble. They tore pages out of his library books or stole the coins he saved for apple pastry, if they could catch him. Because when Barclay ran, even the sheepdogs struggled to keep on. And so he barreled down the forest hills and soon caught up to Shelby, who ducked between the great trees. The wind blew and the leaves tumbled further into the woods, as if dragged by a riptide. The trees bent low, and as though pointing Shelby deeper, deeper. Shelby! Barclay screamed. His long hair whipped across his face as he ran, quickly growing wild and tangled. The wind seemed to push him forward, like it was trying to carry him off as well. Shelby, stop! Behind him, Barclay lost sight of the edge. There were only trees and mist in every direction. Broken the rules, and now we're gonna die. Barclay thought with panic. Even if they escaped the woods without being eaten by a beast, what would they tell everyone? Shelby and Barclay were both terrible liars. Then Shelby suddenly stopped running. Barclay skidded to a halt and slammed into him, knocking both boys down a thorn-covered hill. They rolled and tangled leaves and legs and branches, mushrooms spilling out of their baskets and bouncing down after them. They each screamed until they had collided with the base of the fallen tree. What were you thinking? Barclay shouted, shoving Shelby off him. We could have broken our necks, and Shelby let out a strangled sound and scampered back up the hill. What? Barclay turned around to see what had scared Shelby off at first. On the fallen trunk of a massive tree there stood a girl, and on her shoulder a savage dragon. So be sure to pick this up in March 30th.
And click this thumbs up down below.
And also subscribe and click the bell for notifications. What else?
Comments down below.
Yep, comment down below. And if you like this video, what do?
You comments down below. Thumbs up this video.
Yeah, thumbs up this video. And
If you want to know one, let's do another one.
no.
If they want to know one.
All right. So, bye.
Bye.